Good evening, everybody. This is Scott Morganroth here with Ryan Schoolroot, and welcome to the South Florida Tribune Broadcasting Network and another edition of Fantasy Football with Ryan Schoolroot. Hey, Ryan, welcome back to the big show, buddy.
Like I said, it's always a joy to be on the show with you.
Glad to have you. So, obviously, we get ready for the Thursday night game, and let's talk about what the people out there in fantasy land have to look forward to. So, go at it.
Davis in the concussion protocol, so there's not a whole lot really to like, except for the Vikings really, and right there it's with Kirk Cousins. I think is another big game for him. Dalvin Cook should have another good game because the Washington defense gives up, is in the top 10 and giving up points to the running back, fantasy points to the running back position, and the receivers should have a pretty decent game. I'm not putting all that much stock in Rudolph and Irv Smith simply because it's 1 week, and we'll see if they actually continue to get them involved in the game.
Okay, well, so let's talk about Josh Gordon. I know you mentioned him. He's on the IR. That explains why the Mohamed Sanu trade was made.
Yeah, so there's actually been some interesting things that have come out since I actually sent you this note earlier. So Josh Gordon, they put him on IR because of a knee injury that he aggravated, I want to say, in the Giants game. And they just don't feel like he is going to be – they apparently either don't feel that he is going to be ready for the season, or they may have put him on IR so that they could make this Mohamed Sanu trade and are going to end up just releasing Josh Gordon. Now, if they release him from IR, he does not have to go on to the injured reserve on any other team if he gets released and put on waivers. Looking back at what the Patriots have done, with Josh Gordon, they spent $2.5 million and a 5th round pick on Josh Gordon. In that, they got I want to say is around 60 receptions, or maybe it was 70 receptions. It might have been 11. 60 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 4 TDs. That's a decent investment. I mean, I think they got their money's worth out of that. Now they've got a guy in Sanu who's going to really fit well into the framework of the offense, and they can release Gordon. They got what they wanted out of him. They feel that they have a better piece, a better solution now for this offense. So now for Josh Gordon, if he does get released and put on waivers, the first team that could possibly pick him up is the Miami Dolphins, which would provide a possibility of him having some fantasy relevance, depending on who's quarterback, whether it's Fitzmagic, Fitztragic, or Josh Rosen. So only one of those is good. Two of them are bad, and so no matter where Gordon goes, I think he'll find another job somewhere. But it'll depend on where he goes on whether he still has any fantasy relevance.
Boy, that's interesting. Josh Gordon with the Miami Dolphins of all teams, really?
Well, I mean, they would be the first team who would be able to put in a claim for him, okay, because they have the worst record. And so I think it's a possibility. He's seventh, quote unquote, seventh year in the league, even though he's only played really about 4 years due to all of his suspensions. He would have a little bit of a veteran presence, to maybe help out, Devontae Parker and Preston Williams. It's a possibility. I don't necessarily see it, but like I said, the Dolphins would have the first priority at him. And so if they're going into full tank mode, I don't necessarily think that they try to pick him up.
Right.
I think they just kind of leave everything as bad as it is right now and see if it can get any worse by, trading, Kenyon Drake or something.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's talk about Drew Brees.
All right, so there is a possibility that Drew Brees plays this week. Apparently, someone actually said, I want to say that someone asked Drew Brees about it, and he actually said that it is in the plan for him to play this week. I find that interesting. They said I want to say the original was 4 to 6 weeks, so this is within that time frame. That being said, he's taking it easy. I believe he was limited in practice today with his thumb. So he did practice. At this point, he's probably going to be a game time. Reading it here says he's going to be a game time decision, most likely, for Sunday's game against Arizona. They're going up against an Arizona team that their defense bleeds points to just about everyone. So whether Drew Brees actually plays or not, I still don't think this is going to be much of an issue for the New Orleans Saints. He said that throwing, he was quoted as saying that today throwing was easier than he expected. So it's possible that he plays this game. I think it would be, in my opinion, it would be better, again, considering the opponent, and while it's the NFL and you should never just, cast aside whoever you're playing against. I think that with how Bridgewater's been playing, and especially how their defense has been playing, I would let Drew Brees sit this week since they go to a bye next week, and that gives him 2 more weeks to, really have his thumb, fully ready to go for the stretch run down for the second half of the season. Yeah,
if common logic or conventional wisdom has anything to say about it, I couldn't agree with you more, Ryan. I really couldn't.
But let's remember that common knowledge and common reasoning isn't so common anymore. So.
Oh, kidding! I said if. I use that with a big 39.56 point if. Okay, there's perception and there's reality, right, Ryan? Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Let's talk about Kareem Hunt. Cleared to practice. We'll make a Jet and Chubb's workload. Elaborate.
Okay, so Kareem Hunt is officially allowed to start practicing. He is still on suspension for 2 more weeks. Because of that, because of the way that the suspension and everything works, he's allowed to start practicing with 2 weeks left in order to get him fully integrated into the offense, so that he can be ready to start playing when he comes off of suspension. He has spent 6 weeks apart from the team. 7 weeks apart from the team. And so he is also dealt with I want to say he had an abdominal injury. It was a sports hernia that he had to have taken care of while he was on a suspension. So he's had plenty of time to get healthy from that. I think that once he does come back, he will be a solid second option. But Chubb is still the engine that really gets that offense going. When the Browns' offense is rolling, it's not Baker Mayfield that's making it happen. It is Nick Chubb running people over, chewing up clock, and eating up yards. That's what gets the Cleveland offense going. It's not Baker Mayfield. And so because of that, I think they may use Hunt in more of an option to keep Chubb fresh. But I don't think he's going to eat enough into the workload to keep Chubb from being less than a top 10 running back. I mean, right now I want to say he's number 4 or 5 in terms of fantasy production and half-point PPR. So he has been an absolute monster this year. Obviously not compared to Christian McCaffrey, but no one has. So I think that because of his production, how well he has worked in that offense, they're going to keep Chubb rolling. And like I said, may use Hunt a little bit here and there, but it's not going to be as much as people suspected, going to an even time split. I just do not see that happening with the Browns. So
let's talk about Patrick Mahomes. He returns to practice, but he's not being ruled out for the Sunday Night Football contest against the Packers.
Yeah. This would be 2 weeks out. I mean, once he plays, if he plays Sunday, that would be 2 weeks from dislocating his kneecap. I just don't see it. I think that they are still going to be okay enough. I mean, I get that this is going to be a tough matchup against the Packers. The Packers are playing very solid defense, and they're making it so that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to carry the team. You can see that through his fantasy statistics so far this year. He's basically had one big game, and everything else he's been quarterback 15 or 16 in fantasy. He hasn't had to throw the touchdowns. He hasn't had to throw for a ton of yards, and so I think that he is most likely going to sit. I don't see them. I really don't see the wisdom in rushing him back again because of the fact that he hasn't been as mobile in the previous couple of games. That's what kind of caused some of this mess in the first place, is his lack of mobility, and then running him up the gut on a QB sneak is what ended up dislocating his kneecap. So I think if they were smart, again, that whole common sense and common knowledge thing, I think they would honestly sit him out for one more week. I don't think that his lack of mobility would be an issue for this offense if he's not able to move around as well as he was in the first couple weeks of the season.
So at what point does LaShawn McCoy become a legitimate part of this offense? I've been waiting for him to break out, but again, the Chiefs continue to be too one-dimensional. You've got a guy who's a proven running back, Ryan.
Yeah. And here's where it kind of goes into. I've never understood Andy Reid's play calling, because this exact same thing happened when they had Kareem Hunt, who ended up in the end of the season in his rookie year leading the NFL in terms of rushing yards. But that being said, he had a stretch of like 4 or 5 games where they basically went all pass happy, didn't involve Kareem Hunt in the game plan hardly at all, and he finished with 40 total yards each of like 3 or 4 or 5 games in a row in the middle of the season. I think that I almost feel like Andy Reid's getting too cute for his own good. I think he needs to go back to actually establishing the run with McCoy. My opinion is I don't necessarily see it happening. And for all the Damian Williams truthers out there, I don't think it's happening for Damian Williams either. I don't see the running game really getting going anytime soon. They may decide to really start integrating the run game again in like week 12 or 13. That may be what they do. But just with what the patterns that I've seen the last couple of years from Andy Reid